Hello there, wonderful people. We are here. We are doing the pick'ems for the PGL Copenhagen 2024 major that will be starting at the end of this month. Me and my friend will be attending, so this will be quite an interesting one. We haven't been to an event since the London major, which was interesting. I am wearing Astralis top. They won't be there, but you know, I'm sure the masses of the crowds will be out in full force supporting whatever Danish talent can get there. Because Astralis bottled it, but that's by the by. We are doing the pick'ems. They've changed them this year, and I really like how they've changed them. It's interesting. Very different format. They've done the 3-0 advance. You can't pick them as the safe options as you could on the previous ones, so that's quite interesting. But yeah, we're gonna get straight into it. I do follow CS2 and CSGO esports quite closely. I'm not the most knowledgeable, and my opinions will be awful. You have been warned from the outset. Just as like a quick run through of the teams and more for my knowledge than anything. We've got Cloud9. That's just like the atom smash of the old Gambit and Navi rosters. You've got, you know, like Hobbit, Axile from Gambit, and then you got Vector, Electronic, and Boomich has come back. You got Ents, which is Glaive, and the Polish Dream Team, as you will. You've got Diha, who's like the last surviving remnants of that great Ents team. Team last year, and then you got like Goofy and Hades and the 9 core gone over there. I think it's Kylar's the other one. Furia is basically the old Furia core, but Fallen's there now, which, you know, Fallen in 2024, fair play. Heroic, you've got the what's left after Astralis pillaged them and then didn't qualify, but they've got, you know, Shush and Tessus, who arguably Astralis should have gone for as the supportive players. Very good players in their own right. And you got like, you add Nerds into that, few young players, they're looking good. You got Nikadors, where I'm like, you know, on Copenhagen Flames, Nikadors look good, but then at Fnatic, it was just an absolute mess. So it'd be interesting to see. Eternal Fire, they've got Woxic back, so now they've still got Woxic. They've got the Xantares, so the firepower there is amazing. You got the usual suspects of Major, you've got Calyx. Like they're a solid team. Apex, again, it's like the Stico, Jacob, Nork, like them type of players. Also ran players who just like, they're journeymen essentially, but they're solid players. Like Stico and Jacob in particular are like supportive, 7 out of 10 every week. 9 Pandas is Idis Balance and Seized. I don't know why we have Seized at a major in 2024, but yeah, they are basically the leftover Russian players. Very interesting that they managed to qualify, especially beating Astralis in the last chance qualifier. We've got Saw, who are the Portuguese guys, same as always. We've got Pain Gaming, who are just like, I guess they're just the Brazilian, like, nobodies. Like, the only one I know is like Biggie Zero, but either that it's like, or whatever he's called. Imperial is essentially the old Immortals lineup that played at the Krakow major, who got to the final. Like Henny, Felt. I don't think Lucas is there, but I never remember his name. Vinny from Furia is there. It's like it's a decent Brazilian team. Mongols are the Mongolians, hazard a guess. They absolutely smashed the Asia RMR. They were by far the best team. They are the best Asian team at the moment. It's not even close. It's a landslide. Amcal is Forrester and Nickelback and Crad and them guys. They're obviously Entropic. Forza at one point, like what's the Windstrike, like them type, where they always seem to have like an upset run at the major and then do nothing for the rest of the year. You got Static, who are the young guns in terms of Danish, and like I think they're the only Danish core, like the only Danish 5-man. It may be even core that are there. I suppose Heroic, but Static are the only Danish 5-man. Young and up-and-coming players. The only one I really know of is Queenie. It's Queenie. But even then, not the most known. Koi is the old Movistar Riders team, I do believe. Got like Morpause, Davichi, like people like that. You know, they've been there, they've done it. Legacy. I don't actually know who Legacy are. I had to write this down. Oh, it's the it's Cold's team. It's the old 0-0 Nation / like Godsent when they went Brazilian for a time. It's like Lotto, Cold Zero, and Dumao and them lot. And then Lin Vision is the best Chinese team. They've taking over the mantle from Tai Lu. Not the Tai Lu core, it's just entirely new player. I think Starry is the only one that I've heard of, but yeah. But yeah, it's interesting how they've done it. So they've changed, obviously, this is the same. And before it was, I think you picked the top 2 to go 3-0, but then this included the B of the 3-0s, but now it doesn't, which makes it like exponentially more difficult. But that's enough rambling. Like God knows how long we are in at this point. I'm just gonna go with what I think is going to be. For me, the 4-0 teams are Cloud 4-0. The 3-0 teams are Cloud9, ENCE, Heroic, and then you could see like Furia, maybe. You could see Eternal Fire, maybe. That's probably about it, give or take. But I'm gonna go with ENCE and Cloud9. I will preface this by saying I don't think ENCE will go 3-0. I think they will drop a map. I think they've got some good players and good structure, but I just don't see it. And I think Heroic will. But I'm looking at the bracket. I'm pretty sure Heroic will play Cloud9. And I think Heroic's core is really good. And they play really good CS. But like, so do Cloud9. And their individuals are just far and away better. Spoiler alert, we have got Heroic there. Furia, they knocked Liquid out. Well, they didn't knock them out. They beat Liquid several times at the RMR. And in recent times, they're a good team, and you know when you got your Yuri and Keserato on your team, you've always got a fighting chance. Again, with Xantaras and Woxic for Eternal Fire, just the firepower that they have is just unbelievable. The Mongols, they just, like I said, they blasted through. I know you blasted. I think they dropped like 3 rounds and then 1 round in the qualifying. It was ridiculous how good they were. Trying to think who else. This is where it gets difficult. I'm actually going to go with a static. I feel like they've shown enough, and it was them or Apex, and they narrowly lost to Apex in the RMRs. But with the home crowd and the young players, I just feel like one of them is like destined to just have a good run in this, at least in this stage. I think they'll just bottom out at this stage, but like at this point, I think they'll do well. And then 9 Pandas, no. It has to be Saw, really. I had a look through the brackets, and like for me, the 2 other teams that you can kind of look at would be Imperial and Apex, maybe Koi. Lin Vision, I don't really see it happening. Same with Legacy. Koi's a maybe. Amcal, they're always good for an upset, but I just don't see it. Pain, not a chance. 9 Pandas, not really a chance. For me, it's between Saw, Apex, and Imperial, and I probably would fancy Imperial, but I just don't see 2 Brazilian teams getting through, unfortunately. I think it's just going to be Furia. Apex, like I said, them and Ecstatic, and then Saw, I think they've just got an easier sense of the bracket. And then in terms of 3-0, the 0-3, sorry, it's got to be Pain for one. Like they squeaked through the Americas RMR, which is like, I was at the Asian RMR, it's one of the weakest. And speaking of the Asian RMR, Lin Vision are going to be the second one that I'm going to put in as 0-3, because there's just not a lot of like evidence or whatever to show that they've got anything behind them, and I just don't see it happening. But yeah, that was my short and sweet ramblings on why I will get a silver coin this time around and not a diamond. I will say, got diamond pretty much every time in the last few. Not in Rio, because nobody got diamond there, because that was an absolute mess. But like Stockholm, Paris, even when, well, before they did diamond, we got gold. But yeah, these are my picks. So we got ENCE, Cloud9 as 3-0 advance, Heroic, Furia, Eternal Fire, Mongols, Ecstatic, and Saw as the 3-1-3-2s, and then Pain and Lin Vision getting 0-3. My pick.